Hole 1's 266 feet. You have to throw something nice and soft. You don't want to throw anything full power. It's got to turn just a little bit and fade back nice and hard. One hop to the basket. There are gaps on the left, some straighter gaps, but the fairway's really down the dirt track. This is hole 2. Hole 2 is one of the original holes here at Bluebell Woods. It's 400 foot. You have to hit this 70-meter gap. Once you hit the 70-meter gap, if you're disc hyzers or anhyzers, it'll open up the shot for you for a nice 3. If you catch an early tree, you'll be struggling for a 4. Hole 3 is, I believe, is the toughest hole in the course. 430 feet. It pinches off after about 280 feet, and some people, when they can't help but go for it and try to throw the disc further than 280, and sometimes it causes a lot of trouble for them. You have to learn to throw 2 really good shots here, and you'll pick up your 3. If you even pick up a 4, I still think you're going to be picking up strokes on a lot of people. So hole 4 is downhill, 302 feet. The main gap is straight off the tee. You want to keep it low, have it go about 280, and then slightly start to hyzer out, one hopping under the basket for a right-handed player. Or, I'm sorry, for a right-handed forehand player. For a backhanded player, you have to turn a nice lazy turnover, and there's also a really skinny straight gap. Hole 5's a fun hole, 440 feet. You have some decisions to make off the tee. For a right-handed player, if you want to throw something and hyzers out, you won't be challenging the OB on the right-hand side. There's a burn that runs along with OB at the top of the burn all the way along. You have to decide which side of the burn you want to land on, pitch it up for a 3, or play it really safe and get the 4. Hole 6, 259 feet. This is a temporary hole. It's best if you throw a spike hyzer on this one. You want to just rip it down the road and one hop it to the basket through any number of gaps. There's a little bit of trouble, but not much. Most of the pros should be able to handle this hole, if not pick up the birdie. And a lot more of those oak trees have been removed since the filming. Hole 7 is par 4, 450 feet. The telegraph pole on your right-hand side is 315. What you want to do is you want to either throw something really overstable and have it skip to the left, or you want to power something around so it leaves you an open shot. It's a really fast green, so you don't want to be too aggressive, or you can find yourself throwing it back up for try to save par. Hole 8, straight up the middle, 100 meters. No wind today. I can see these guys attacking it with the mid-range. I'm sure they're all going to get close. This hole's been aced before. So here we are on hole 9, par 4. It's a nice kind of a lazy turnover for a right-handed backhanded player. You want something to go past this elder tree on the left-hand side and land somewhere in this area. If you can't make it past these 3 bushy trees here, the ground play gets a little fast, so if you can't get a driver back there, you do have a shot at a 2. Most players will settle for a 3, and a 4 isn't a bad score as well if you get a bad kick. Hole 10 is it's a short hole at 279 feet. Goes left to right. With very little wind, these players should be able to get down there and have really good birdie looks. I think most of them will probably throw putters and mids. Hole 11 is a short one. Replaces the tennis court hole on the blue course. It's 220 feet. You know, I've said this before, but it's very calm conditions, so these guys will be able to go straight at it. But in windy conditions, when the wind comes off the field, you really have to shape a shot. It challenges the disc a little more in the thrower. Here we are into hole 12. Hole 12 plays up over a mound, 331 feet. During the live coverage, you're going to notice that none of those trees exist on the left-hand side, and the basket is tucked back into the position it used to be. This hole will present itself a little bit differently, but it's a nice open hole. Should be a good 3 as long as these guys can get off the tee and give it a little extra push over the top of that ridge. Hole 13, 410 feet. This hole should be routine. No real danger here. This guy's got to throw a nice big spike hyzer, especially on a calm day. Throw a big hyzer, get it out there past the logs. The only real danger is on the approach. You want to keep it low. It is a fast green. You just can slip away and you find yourself outside the circle pretty quick. Hole 14, one of the original holes in the course, 330 feet, 100 meters. Slightly downhill. What you want to do is you want to get through the initial gap, then let your disc glide for right-handed, backhand players. Just have it glide, bounce right in somewhere around here, skip up to the basket. There is gaps on the left-hand side. They're a little bit skinnier. This hole's a lot of fun. This is one of my favorite holes on the course. 604 feet. You got to clear this fence off the bat. You got to figure out what you want to bite off here. It's 212 feet from that yellow sign we just flew over, about 50-60 meters. See how close you can get to that? There's also roots to the left. It's all about the second shot. If you can land your second shot close enough, you got a great chance at a 3. If you can get to 3, you're picking up strokes on everyone. Moving on to hole 16, 253 feet, slightly uphill. You got to hit a tight gap off the tee and decide where you want your disc to land. I've seen players go for this. This was recently aced. If you overcook it, if you overthrow the basket, your turnaround putt can be daunting. Hole 17, one of my favorite holes, 433 feet. You want to beat this tree on the left-hand side. Once you get down there and you can one-hop it, you got a great open look to the basket. The only problem with this hole is you don't want to bite off more you can chew. If you do that, you're going to find yourself with not a great lie. Here we are on hole 18. This is a tricky number, 423 feet. You have to get this past this tree to the left-hand side. Then your disc needs to flatten. You don't want it to hyzer, you don't want it to turn it over. You want to land somewhere in here so you have an easy approach. Your approach shot is going to a fast green. This hole's not an easy 3. If you pick up the 3, you're definitely gaining strokes on people. I generally like to take the 4 and be happy about it.